Hello, good day. So today we're going to discuss about gymnastic. What is gymnastic? So gymnastic is a self-motivating activity where one can manipulate the different parts of the body into varied positions or movements. So it is within us. We can be able to do a certain position, a different movement. So that is gymnastic. So one can do a pike, a tuck, a layout, an arc, a split, and can roll, twist, rotate, etc. So that are some of the movement that an individual can be able to do. And these are an example of movement in gymnastic. So the attainment of skills in gymnastic can only be done through proper body preparation, especially on the strength and flexibility. So these are one of the these are the important physical fitness component, the strength and flexibility, most especially in gymnastic. But there are also other fitness component that are needed in performing this type of activity. Gymnastic, the change in today's gymnastic are emphasis on the flowing movements and inclusion of the dance and locomotor skills in the creation of routine. But there are some gymnastic players who change their from flowing movement to a modern movement or hip hop movement. So they combine different types of dances in performing the floor exercise. Okay, so grace, poise, and dignity of movement are now changed to more relaxed and easy movement. But in performing the gymnastic, these are the poise, the grace, and dignity of the movement is very much important, most especially in finishing the performance of the athlete or the player with their poise and yung time that they're going to do the pose yun at the end of their performance. So now we are going to discuss the phases of the gymnastic program. Number one is the gymnastic program's different phases, and its phases contribute to the various elements in gymnastic. So these are the strength, flexibility, balance, agility, endurance, coordination, and in addition, grace, poise, and dignity of movement are attained. So these are the objectives, or these are the what is gymnastic. Okay, next is the phases of the gymnastic program. Number one is a conditioning program. So the exercise are selected for the purpose of preparing the body for more complicated movement and skills. So there should be an emphasis for this type of an activity or an exercise. An individual or a player should be able to know what are the different exercises that is intended for the strength, flexibility, endurance, and of course, in a particular part of the body, particular types of muscle. So yan, importante yung conditioning program. Another exercise for warm-up can also be selected in this phase. And then this phase can also be considered as calisthenics. So since routine can be made out of the exercise in the conditioning program. So pag sinabi natin yung calisthenics, these are very much different with aerobics, di ba? Sabi natin, ang aerobics, ang focus of the exercise is for the heart and the lungs, while this one, the focus of the exercise is for the different parts of the body, for the muscles, muscle tuning, muscle strength, and then for the flexibility and about the endurance. So this physical fitness components can also be achieved through performing calisthenics exercise or movement. Routine exercise accompanied with music are called rhythmic gymnastic. So once you perform any movement accompanied with music, we call it as rhythmic gymnastic. They're also called because they are performed in rhythmical manner and the movement are flowing. But sometimes there is a modern days performance na it's not only flowing movement, but there is a twist na they combine modern dance like hip hop, and of course it is accompanied with music that is also suited to their type of movement. So this phase includes freehand exercise and all exercises with the use of the light apparatus such as wand, ring, hops, ribbon, ropes. So I'm sure you have already been watching the competition in the Olympic Games, di ba? So these movements or these are the light apparatuses that are being used in rhythmic gymnastic. Gymnastics skill, dance skill, locomotor skill, stance, and tumbling skill are combined to form a routine on the floor. And this is where the performer can create and develop her own routine according to her abilities. So yung rhythmic gymnastic is also known as the floor exercise or yung routine na sinasabi. So this is also one of the event competed by YOLO, our well-known gymnastic player in the Philippines. So yan yung if you are going to do it in a floor, we call it as a floor exercise. So the different skills, the locomotor, the stance, the tumbling, and all the skills that you can be able to show off during the competition, you can be able to find it here. So you can be able to identify the skills and the capacity of the player because of this performance. Next is the stance. So this is another phase of the gymnastic program, the stance. So the stance are activities in the form of a play. They test one's strength, flexibility, balance, agility, endurance, and coordination. So yung stance is also found in rhythmic gymnastic. So there is also included some stance. And the stance, this is also suited to the lower grades. Yeah, they can be able to do it in imitation or imitating the movement of animals, thing, or anything that you can see. If you're going to imitate the movement, so you can call it as a stunt. Like for example, the wheelbarrow. Some stunts can be considered as conditioning exercise, and still some are preparatory stunts to tumbling skill. So kung may mga ginagaya tayo na movement, it is also considered as a stunt. And this can also be a form of conditioning exercise. So kung anong stunts na kayang gawin dito, this is also included in the routine, yung sa floor exercise na tinatawag natin. Okay, next is the tumbling. Tumbling is the most important phase of the gymnastic program because this is where the ability of the performer is tested as he rolls to and from, twist, turn, spring about on the mat, floor, and in the air. So yung mga tumbling, di ba? During the Olympic game, makikita ninyo na yung mga player na yon, parang they look like a bouncing ball na talagang nagbo-bounce yung legs nila. They have very strong legs that they can be able to bounce. And talagang you can be able to see it that they are really skilled player. So they can be able to do it in the conditioning program, 'di ba? yung may kasabihan tayo na practice makes perfect. So before doing that, they have done several training. So yun, yung mga pwede nilang gawin dito, yung sa tumbling. So this is also one of the important phase of the gymnastic program. And we also have the apparatus exercise or sometimes known as artistic gymnastic. So artistic gymnastic includes exercises done on the balance beam or not an exercise but a performance. In a competition, you were able to see that the players make use of the balance beam. On top of the balance beam, they're going to perform the skills that they know, like the forward roll, the backward roll, the split, and all the stunts and tumbling that they can be able to do on top of the balance beam. Another light heavy apparatus are the vaulting horse. Yung vaulting horse, nakikita ninyo na parang na may dalawang bakal na nakalagay doon sa may on top of the vaulting box, parang it's a vaulting box, and then there is a yung metal, and then there is also a parallel bar yung nandyan sa side na yung players will be holding on her right and the left, while right and left arms or hands holding the parallel bar, and then the players will be able to do a stunt. And then we also have this uneven bar, yung uneven bar na dalawa siya na magkasunod. Yung isa is much bigger and the other one is smaller. And then they are going to do or holding the uneven bar and then transferring to the next bar, doing the tumbling. So another is the ring, di ba yung nakita nyo na ginagawa ni Yolo, na may dalawang ring sa side, right and left, and then yun there the player will be able to rotate on that ring. And another one is the trampoline. So yung trampoline na yon, the players will be doing bouncing movement on top of the trampoline. So parang siya, parang 'di ba yung sa sa bed na kapag ka sa bed na bago pa so it bounce. So ito yung ganito pero mas malaki siya yung trampoline. So this is also an event in in Olympic game. So meron tayong yung vaulting box, vaulting horse, balance beam. So yung balance beam is only for the female. Walang event nito ang male. Next is the pyramid building. Routine or performance accompanied music are called the rhythmic gymnastic. They are so called because they are performed. So parang ayan. This phase includes the freehand exercise and all exercises with the use of light apparatuses. Okay. So na-discuss na the objectives of gymnastic. Objectives of gymnastic are the following. Number 1, improve and maintain a physically fit body. Yan. If you are engaging into gymnastic activity, so you can be able to have this physically fit body. Another is to improve efficiency of movement through grace, poise, dignity, form, and rhythm. This is really observable, most especially in gymnastic players, that they really maintain their posture even during or after the game. So yan, yung yung specific yung movements, yan talagang natitrain talaga, and then you can really observe that there is really a dignity and form and rhythm. So another is to stimulate interest and enjoyment of gymnastic. So if you are not a gymnastic player, but you can also do some gymnastic, or in the basis of the gymnastic program, you can be able to choose an activity that are suited to your interest and to your capacity. So next is the enhanced creativity through the exploration of new movement and movement combination. So it's not only the obligation or the duty of the coach, but also to the individual or to the player. So with this, you can be able to enhance your creativity. Of course, it also depends on your capacity, your skill, and your talent on what types of movements you can be able to create. Next is to improve courage, initiative, determination, and perseverance. So these objectives na improve courage, initiative, determination, and perseverance is usually found in all types of an athlete. So yung mga players talaga, nandyan talaga sa kanila yon. Talagang they are really determined. Perseverance nandyan. So because they are aiming for to win in any competition. Okay, so the terms in gymnastics are the following. Number one, the arc, a position where the body is curved like an arc of a circle where the hips and the head and the trunk bend backward. So yung naka-arc, naka-bend backward yung paa, almost touching almost touching the head, ganon, moving backward. And then next is dismount. This is a stance used by the performer to get off the apparatus. Halimbawa, yung sa balance beam. Pag bumaba dun sa balance beam, ang tawag doon is dismount. The opposite of that is mount. Next is exercise or routine. Exercise plan series of the dance skill, locomotor skill, gymnastic skill, and tumbling skill performed with or without music. So, of course, mas maganda with music. So, yung combination nito, iba't ibang skills na to, pag i-combine mo siya, yan ay tinatawag na exercise or routine. Another is held or static position. So, these are position held for 2 seconds. Halimbawa, you bend your head forward and then you count it for 2 seconds. So you call it as held or static position. Next is mount. So this is the opposite of dismount. So when you're going to get into the apparatus, this is called as mount. And then press. So press in the application of steady pressure to a particular muscle or group of muscles in order to attain the desired stretch. So yung mga player talagang coaches and trainers help the player in order to achieve the best strength or yung desired stretch of their body parts. Kaya tinutulungan, ina-apply ng pressure, pinapress or pinupush. So yun ang tinatawag na press. Para kasi kung gusto mo maging flexible, you can be able to strengthen your legs. So the coaches and trainer can be able to press that particular part of your body. So in order to gain the stretch or yung elasticity or flexibility that you wish to have. Next is the scale. A scale is a support on one leg with the other leg raised at the back and the body is arched. So yan, bale yung yung one leg naka support and then nakaitaas yung yung another leg mo at the back and the body is arched. Naka-bend yung body. Next is the split. O yan yung yung 'di ba during elementary grades, talagang some of the students or they really try to to have this basic position na to. A split is a position where the legs are extended forward and backward in a straight position. Spotter is a person who helped a performer to go about a skill for the first time. And the methods of or the spotting is an act of helping a person to go about a skill for the first time. So don't be confused. Pag sinabi natin spotter is a person while spotting is the act. And then tap is a position where the head and the knees are in contact with the trunk skirt. So yun, the position, the head, and the knees are in contact. Yung ulo mo nakadikit sa tuhod. Okay? So next is the fourth division of the body. We have the head, the trunk, the chest region, the waist, the abdominal region, the hip region, the buttocks, the back, upper back, and the lower back. So yan ang trunk. And then next will be the upper extremities like the arms, the finger, the palms, the wrist, the arms, forearms, elbow, shoulder girdle. So yan ang tinatawag na upper extremities, and we have lower extremities. And these are the feet, the toes, the heels, ankles, legs, thigh, hamstring, lower legs, and knees. So that's the four division of the body. Okay, so for the good posture, we have in standing, chin parallel to the floor, feet together, toes pointed forward, rib cage lifted, tummy in, shoulder relaxed, ear above the middle of the shoulder, arms at the side of the body. So to be able to have a good posture, all you have to do is to stand on the wall. See to it that your head is touching the wall, your back, your shoulder. See to it that it is and your ears down is in line with your shoulder above, or ears above the middle of the shoulder. So kapag ginawa nyo yon na you stand on the wall and then your feet should also be touching the wall. So you need to maintain that posture to have a good posture. So it means that that is your best position, best posture. And you can be able to maintain that kasi yung having a good posture is just like training. Diba? As you can say, yung mga militar, maganda yung mga posture nila because that is they undergo training. So at first, kapag hindi ka sanay, you feel tired. But kapag sanay ka na, you will be comfortable for the posture that you wish to achieve. So dun sa mechanics of walking naman, assume a good standing daw, posture to pointed forward, walk in two parallel lines, one for the right and one for the left. Yan, two parallel lines. And the weight of the body falls on the heels of the foot first, and then it rolls to the ball of the foot. And then swing arms moderately forward and backward, knees is slightly flex. So yan yung yung good mechanics of walking, and see to it na this stomach in, chest out. Kasi yung nagdikit kayo dun sa wall, so yun ay gawin ninyo, i-maintain ninyo yun. Ay yung iba kasi, di ba, medyo tilted yung nila, or medyo nakaabante yung ulo nila sa paglalakad. Or kung minsan naman is that medyo ganon yung likod nila. So, in order to have a good posture, yan, dumikit kayo dun sa wall, tapos kung ano yung posture ninyo, yun na yung gawin ninyo. Even in walking, ganun din ang gagawin ninyo. Kasi meron naman mga tao na medyo nangunguna yung tiyan nila. So dapat hindi nakausli ang tiyan. 'Di ba may sinasabi tayo na yung lubot out, yung sinasabi. Stomach in, chest out. So ganon. So we also have this mechanics of sitting. So we draw back towards the chair, place one foot under the chair and bend trunk slightly forward and reach back the chair. So yung you're going to sit properly, sitting properly and sit to it that I bend the trunk slightly forward and reach back the chair. So then you can bring your body backward so that you can be able to, or your body can be able to touch the chair. So these body movements will be discussed by next meeting. So you will just wait for the announcement for our synchronous. So see you next week.